We made it on time. They do close at 7 today. Also, Waterworld is open, but we missed it. Hello. Yeah.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you. You too.
Alright folks, we have a tram pulling up. Please stay behind the red
What's up,
line.
Bonnie? Welcome
Stay
in.
on the star, that way you have a seat reserved for the tram. Not this one. No, wait, goodbye. Don't worry folks, we're going to get you a newer, better
What's up, Christian?
So just stay on the stars, that way you have your seats for that tram. And make sure you have a pair of 3D glasses. You will need them for ping pong 360 3D and nothing else.
Head on down, stand on the stars.
Head down to the right, car 4.
Going down to your right, stand on the stars. Drop those empty boxes. Right.
Keep going. Ma'am, right here. I got a row for
Excuse
you.
me. I do work tomorrow.
All the way down to car 4, please. All the way down to car 4. All the way down to car 4, please. Keep heading all the way down to car 4. All the way down, please.
Welcome in, welcome in. So we're doing the studio tour off rip, and then after that we'll do Panda, and then we'll do Pets. As you guys know, the studio tour, the actual city with their own zip code, which is pretty cool. They do have a post office, a fire station, a police station, and an ambulance on site. So I believe they have a hospital, but I'm not too sure where exactly. Place where it's pretty much all the magic happens. The great movies like King Kong, Fast and the Furious, Bruce Almighty, Mario, Back to the Future. So Little Richie. I did miss Waterworld. I thought Waterworld opened up tomorrow, but ended up opening up today. But the last show was at 4. Kind of sucks.
One of the tour guides here at the park. Welcome to the world famous Universal Studios tour.
Hi, I'm Alicia. In just a few minutes, you're going to board our tram for a tour of movie studio that can last as long as 1 hour.
That's right, an hour. Because of the length of the tour, we strongly recommend that you use the restrooms here at the Tram Plaza before you board the tram.
If you need to step out of the queue line, please ask for the assistance of any of
I will be back again tomorrow and Sunday.
During the tour, please keep your arms and all items inside the tram. If you need any kind of guest assistance, for instance, a medical emergency, or you drop something of value off the side,
I don't think nothing new like that. I feel like they just repainted stuff that was already kind of peeling off. That's usually what they do when they close it down for refurbish. Usually means that for painting, like the paint. What's up, Jared? I know, I saw that. I was like, no way.
we can't emphasize strongly enough how important this is. Remain seated and inside the tram at all times while on tour. We appreciate your cooperation. Thanks so much and enjoy your visit to the world-famous Universal Studios tour.
We'll see you on that clock.
I tripped out too on that, because I thought they were gonna open tomorrow. Yeah, kind of figured, Jared. Kind of figured. Yeah. I have to get ready. I feel like it might be something similar to what is it called? The Purge, where they'll have a big flag of Luffy. You know how he has a flag, stuff like that. No, I haven't. I haven't really been updated on that, Luffy like that. I'm gonna be honest. I never finished the whole series. I only got up to 130 something. That was too much. For that one, I really do gotta, you know, sit down and actually watch it. So Justin, that's right. Hope you have fun. Do a lot of stuff, especially Water World since it's open. Hollywood Dine is open too. They have new foods. They finally reopened Hollywood Dine.
All right. For everyone in the loading area, your tram is approaching. How do I know it's your tram? Well, because the doors are open. So please stay behind the red line. It is not safe to board the tram at the moment. And stay on those stars. That way
I did see that. I did like the series.
If you're in rows 1 and 2, of course 2, 3, and 4, you'll share the same entrance. But once again, stay right there. Do not board until I say it's safe to do so. Not yet. Wait for it. Okay, it is safe to do so. Welcome aboard. STAs, this is going to be a wrap.
All right, folks. Good afternoon.
Waiting for the last
How's
tram.
everyone doing today?
Last one.
Good. So nice to meet you all. I am Justin. I will be your tour guide today. Everybody say hi, Justin. Mark, can you stand out with me? No, who do we have?
It's gonna be like 10 minutes.
Juan. We have Juan. Everybody say hi, Juan. He's going to be keeping the show on the road for us. We're in good hands. So,
Yo, Jared. Not sure if you're stuck here or Justin. Did you guys hear about that reservation for tomorrow?
Very good. All right, cool. Folks, you're going to need these glasses for King Kong
I did.
363. That's it. So you don't have to
Hi
worry
guys,
about
please
this
line
yet.
up on the floor.
We also want to make sure that you are safe. If you have any small children in your party, don't touch the floor of the tram. Just place them at least 1 seat in, away from the outer gates. As those gates come down, watch your ears, watch your ears.
Did you get the button?
Great day to take a studio tour.
And then the pen that they give you?
That means there's a lot of filming going on. So I always say, have cameras that you never know who you might see walking around the lot. Some of Hollywood's biggest stars, they come to work here every single day. All right, so, folks, if you look out over there to your right, you can see most of our backlot just below us. We have over 400 acres of property we're going to be traversing today. So, a lot of ground to cover, And
nice, same here.
Our Metropolitan sets just below us, which have been used for major motion pictures and shooting on the lot. So we're going to get very close to the area. Let's wave goodbye. We're leaving the theme park behind.
Stay off on the red line at all times. Thank you.
Hollywood Adventure. And then one more person I want to introduce to our
Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate it.
Driving by. We got scared that one. We got that. We pushed a little bit more this time. Now?
Thank you guys for the likes and the shares. Appreciate it.
All right, folks, for those of you in the loading area, you are next to take the Universal Studio tour. We have a tram pulling up, so take a look at your feet.
I believe this is the
Make sure you are
last
standing
tour.
on a star because those stars are your seats for this tram. And make sure you all stay behind the red safety line. That way this tram can pull forward all the way. We can get you on board. Lastly, do not attempt to board the tram until the studio tour ambassadors have given you the okay to do so. This is still a moving vehicle, so you're going to wait for us to tell you when it is safe to board. Now is not the time to board, so stay right there. Not yet. Okay, go ahead and board this tram. For everyone else, head down towards cars 3 and 4. If you see any open seats on this tram, you're more than welcome to take those seats for yourself. Just make sure to pick up a pair of 3D glasses from 𝐾𝐨𝐧'𝐭 360 3D. If there are no more seats on this tram, don't worry. Just head down to cars 3 and 4, stand on the star, you'll get the next one.
So worldwide, most likely this one is it right here.
Dude, seriously, like, I already just did now we're hey, can you sit, please? On that TV! Come here quick.
All right, folks, before we take off, I want to make sure everyone has a pair of those 3D glasses. You're going to need them for King Kong 360 3D. If you forgot to pick up a pair of your 3D glasses, have that hand up in the air. Wave it around like you just need a pair of 3D glasses. One of our many studio tour ambassadors will get a pair over to you.
Here you go, guys.
Sarah, I'm going to be your tour guide for today as we check out one of the world's largest and busiest film and television studios. Now, is it anyone's first time here at the studio tour? First time here at Universal Studios?
I can sit right here.
Oh, our driver, wonderful. All right, well, welcome aboard. We're going to spend the next 3 hours together, so I hope you're ready. I'm just kidding. No, it's not 3 hours. I promise. It's just going to feel like 3 hours for me. So you'll be okay. Last call.
That is correct. Thank you for that,
If
Justin.
anyone in your party forgot a pair of 3D glasses, have that hand up in the air. Try to get the attention of one of us here at the studio tour. Now, you are here on a work day, so there are some parts of the studio tour lot that are closed because there's some active production going on. So keep your eyes peeled, cameras ready, because you never know who or what you might see on the world famous studio tour. Now, of course, I cannot drive this thing. I'm not allowed to anymore because of that one time. We do have a driver for today, though. His name is Chris, everybody. Give it up for Chris. He's going to be taking us around the lot, which is awesome because we have about 400 acres of studio land we're about to explore together. But before we do, there's one more person I want to introduce you to, and that is my very special co-host for today. You might recognize him from shows like That's My Jam. He's also the current host of The Tonight Show. It's Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, it's super rare when they close late on Fridays. Sometimes, depending on how they feel, right?
Sarah.
So it's super rare.
Chris.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Sarah.
owes me $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Thanks, Jimmy. That's right. I do have a few safety rules to go over. First, if you need guest assistance or have a medical emergency, if you drop something of value off the side of the tram or have any sound or video issues, feel free to reach out and grab the red E cord. It runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram, and I'll be back there to assist you as soon as it is safe to do so. Otherwise, throughout the entire tour, please remain seated, arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. The studio is private property, so if at any time during the tour you drop your phone or you just can't wait to use the restroom, the best way to get a hold of me is through that cord. There's no smoking of any kind throughout the tour. That includes vaping, and be prepared.
Universal
Our tour
was
today features loud
founded
noises, sudden tram movement, fire effects,
1914.
and many water effects. You're going to want to have those cameras out for great photo opportunities, but keep an eye on them. Selfie sticks while you're on board the tram. So we are
That was the first time ever they did a movie.
behind us now. We're headed into
that
one of the
one,
world's largest
1914.
and busiest film and TV production studios. We're headed into our studio. So timeline. Take a look at our right-hand side. You're going to notice some movie posters. These movie
yeah.
posters represent just a
Okay.
few of the here over the years. Universal Studios is in its second century of filmmaking, so we've been making movies here for Carl Lemley, that's our founder. He's up on your screens. He's the fellow with the bow tie. When he first opened Universal back on this site on March 15th of 1915, his big dream was to create an entire city dedicated to filmmaking, and his dream has become a reality. Universal Studios is its own city. We are Universal City. We have our own zip code. We even have our own fire department. Take a look on our right-hand side. There's our fire station. This is a set. This is a real fire station that services.
If you can also do the thing on the
Now,
computer.
one thing our city is missing, though, that most cities have is a population. We don't have residents that actually live here. Our residents are our sound stages, and inside of these sound stages are where we film some of the most iconic movies in cinema history. Take a look. Now, what's incredible is all these movie elements were filmed in the same location, and that's Soundstage 12 on our left-hand side. Soundstage 12 is not only the largest soundstage on the Universal lot, but it's also the oldest. It was built back in 1929 for a film called Broadway. Take a look up at your screens though. This is what a soundstage looks like. Once all the set's been cleared out, it kind of looks like a giant empty warehouse. That's essentially what these sound stages are, except they're about 98% soundproof. The walls of a soundstage are about 3 to 4 times thicker than your average building, which is a good thing because some of the sound stages that we keep in our front lot are mere steps away from our theme park. Coming up on our right-hand side, you're going to see the back of Super Nintendo World, newest addition to Universal Studios Hollywood. And just across the way on our left-hand side, these are some of the sound stages that we use on a regular basis. As we drive on by, though, look how close these buildings are to each other. It's a good thing that the sound stages on our left are so soundproof. Now, these sound stages were recently used by the show Bel-Air, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reboot currently streaming on Peacock, starring Jabari Banks and Ollie Charlatan. Another TV show that utilizes these stages is one of my favorite TV shows, and that's Superstore on NBC, starring America Ferrera and Ben Feldman.
I know it's hot in here, but let's have some patience for one another.
Yeah, you know, the heat makes us all act.
If your face stays where it is, it's gonna get punched.
The show Superstore centers around a fictional store called Cloud9. They built the inside of Cloud9 on sound stages 7 and 8, which are just on our left-hand side. But another workplace comedy that's been utilizing our front lot sets is The Paper on Peacock, and that's brought to you by the folks that brought you The Office. That stars Domhnall Gleeson. Here to
So,
more of the
Jaden,
stars to tell us a
welcome
little
in.
bit more about the show,
Happy
Chelsea
Friday.
Fry and Oscar Nunez.
Hi, Studio Tour! We're here on the lot where we film The Paper, which follows our characters' day-to-day lives as employees of a struggling newspaper. It's a lead truth teller.
That's right. Unlike many other TV shows, The Paper uses multiple cameras and a variety of shot types and movements to give our show a true documentary feel.
Because the camera is always around whenever we're on the set. It's important that we stay in.
So, Mark, welcome
Yeah,
in.
Oscar,
Happy
what's your
Friday.
favorite part of working on the lot?
I wasn't expecting you to ask me that question. You know what? I love being around talented, wonderful, hilarious people. I also get to work with Chelsea Fry. How about you, Chelsea? What's your favorite?
Oh, I love waving to the trains.
Oh. Okay. You can probably stop waving now.
No, it's fun. Let's try it.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it.
Make sure to catch The Paper. It's currently streaming on Peacock. But The Paper isn't the only TV show that we film inside of our sound stages. Coming up on our right, you're going to see some of our smaller TV stages that have been used throughout the years for some of your favorite sitcoms. Shows like Who's the Boss, Different Strokes, and even Sabrina the Teenage Witch, starring Melissa Joan Hart. In fact, Universal is part of NBC Universal, one of the world's leading entertainment companies, which includes Universal Pictures, Focus Features, Peacock, and NBC Television. This year, NBC is celebrating its 100th anniversary. From trailblazing radio and television, NBC has been the home to entertainment, news, and sports for an entire century, and we're going to be celebrating all year long. Now, on the right-hand side, you're going to see sound stages 18 and 19. These were recently used by the film Oppenheimer, directed by Christopher Nolan. All those Oval Office scenes were filmed inside the sound stages on our right. Another TV show that utilized these sound stages is A Man on the Inside, created by Michael Schur, brought you The Good Place. A Man on the Inside stars Ted Danson, but Ted Danson isn't the only famous Ted you're going to encounter on the tour today. On our left is Ted from the movie Ted, as well as the Peacock series Ted, starring Seth MacFarlane. Looks like he's welcoming us to the production bungalows, which are these gray beige little houses that you're seeing on our left. Seth MacFarlane used to have an office among these bungalows. Now, back in the earlier years of our studio, though, these little houses, they used to be dressing rooms for stars like Doris Day, Rock Hudson, Jimmy Stewart, and even Lucille Ball. And that's because back in those days, actors were on a contract system, so they could only make movies and TV shows from one studio at a time for however long that contract lasted. Well, nowadays, actors can make movies and TV shows for pretty much any studio in town, which is why these buildings have now been converted into production offices for some of Hollywood's top writers, producers, and directors. We're passing Kevin Williamson's office. Kevin Williamson is the creator of the Scream franchise. He also created TV shows like Dawson's Creek, as well as The Vampire Diaries on the CW. Another notable person that has their office among these bungalows is Mark Platt. We're coming up on his bungalow. Look out for an MP sign hanging out in front. Mark Platt is a producer. He's produced films like La La Land, Legally Blonde, Mary Poppins Returns, and most recently Wicked Part 1 and Wicked for Good, starring Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. Now, some of our newer sound stages and production offices are coming up on our left as well, and this is kind of interesting because the production offices are in the front and the sound stages are in the back, and you'll see sound stages 25 and 26, currently home to St. Denis Medical.
Welcome to St. Denis Medical Center.
St. Denis Regional Medical.
I have access to some really good stuff, and I will hook you up.
Yeah.
No, man. How was the test?
We're like the Avengers, you know?
I'm not supposed to have favorite patients.
patience, but we do.
I almost don't want him to get better.
Pale, kind of blotchy.
It's the other one.
Oh my God, that's much worse. Wow.
All those hospital scenes are filmed just inside those sound stages on our left-hand side. The exterior of St. Denis Medical is built on our Metro sets, but our Metro sets are currently closed because there's some production down there today. So we're going to leave the concrete jungles of our Metro sets behind. We're going to head into the jungles of Skull Island, and here to 363D's Academy-winning filmmaker Peter Jackson.
Join us where they filmed that series.
I like things that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up in the future. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, you know, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, just put them in your hand because we're about to reveal the Skull Island.
For your safety, please remain seated at all times and hold on, secure any loose belongings. Feel free to take photos and video. We just ask you to turn off the flash on your devices. In consideration of the guests sitting around you, please, no flash photography.
Here we go, boys. We're going back in time to meet King Kong and the dinosaurs. I didn't get none. Survive King Kong W.
Remove your 3D glasses. You won't need them for the remainder of the tour, but hold on to them because you will be turning them in at the end. Did anyone get wet? Yeah, I forgot to warn you for sitting in a blue seat. I'm like, oh, you don't have to look around. They're all good. Just a bit of dry humor for everybody. But that epic battle just witnessed was projected on some of the world's largest 3D digital screens. Those screens are over 40 feet tall and 180 feet long, and brought to you by the design team at Wet Effects. What is one of the leading companies in CGI and visual effects. They've won 8 Academy Awards. They've worked on projects like the Lord of the Rings trilogy, Deadpool and Wonder Woman, The Last of Us on HBO, and most recently Stranger Things Season 5 on Netflix. That was also Wet Effects. But take a look up at your screens. This is what our attraction looks like with all the lights turned on. Look how massive those screens are. All the movement that you felt underneath our vehicle, that was created by hydraulic lifts inside of our soundstage. Here to tell us a little bit more about the making of King Kong 360 3D is a team at Wet Effects.
With
project like the studio tour, the audience is in the middle of the environment. They're looking in all directions. There's creatures coming at them. They're seeing Kong from this side and T-Rexes from the other side.
Working on a movie, we always know where the people are looking. They're looking straight ahead. They're looking at the shot that we're working on.
Here you have to take into account that people are looking in all directions.
Also, one of the things about this ride, unlike the movies that we're used to working on, there's no cuts because it's one giant shot. This tram that's driving along through Skull Island is where the camera's from. This ring represents where the screen is 10 meters away.
We're really creating about 50 minutes of a feature film. That amount of visual information, that number of pixels, and presenting them to the audience, it's a hell of a ride.
Some of you may have even noticed that our tram made a little cameo in the attraction. A dinosaur pulled one of our cars on the big screen. Did you happen to notice there were guests sitting inside that car? All those guests are the people from What Effects. They put themselves in the ride as a fun Easter egg for the audience. Now, coming up on our right-hand side, you're going to see our Universal Monster Mural. Now, this beautiful mural was created to pay homage to all those classic black and white monsters that our studio is known for. The artist behind the mural, his name is Tristan Eaton. You'll see his signature at the bottom of each panel there. Tristan Eaton is a local LA street artist. He has murals all over the world, but everything that you're seeing on our right was done by hand with spray paint. Tristan Eaton used over 800 cans of spray paint to create that mural for us. Now, coming up on our left-hand side, you're going to see some of our sound stages starting in the 30s, including sound stages 30 and 31. You may even see a very familiar red V logo on the side of sound stage 30. That's because that's where they film the NBC hit singing competition, The Voice. And one of the new coaches, Reba McEntire, she actually films her new TV show, Happy's Place, just a few doors down in sound stage 33. You'll see the Happy's Place logo painted on the side as well. So I don't know if Reba McEntire is a single mom, but she definitely works 2 jobs, at least on the Universal lot. Now, just in front of these sound stages, you're going to see this really cute body of water. This is what we call the Hollywood Ocean. Now, back in the earlier years of our studio tour, we actually used to drive our trams through this body of water in the parting of the Red Sea, if anyone remembers that attraction here many, many moons ago. But this water was actually featured in a film back in the 1950s called The Creature from the Black Lagoon. That's right, you're looking at the Amazon River for the movie. And it sure does look like the Amazon if it wasn't for the Hollywood Hills in the background of that creature. Now, Universal is known for these classic black and white horror films like Dracula, Frankenstein, The Wolfman. And a lot of these films got their start right here on our backlot, specifically our Little Europe sets, which we're about to head into in just a few moments. Now, Little Europe can be transformed into any country in the world, and the way that we do it is pretty simple. We just have to change the language on the signs. Now, currently Little Europe looks a little different, and that's because it's still dressed to look like the afterlife for the hit television show The Good Place, starring Ted Danson and Kristen Bell.
You, Eleanor Shellstrop, are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I have never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Maybe it's not all that bad.
How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
Some of the other countries our Little Europe sets have been include Spain. This is where they have the running of the bull sequence for City Slickers. This was also the Vatican City for Angels and Demons, starring Tom Hanks. Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog had a romantic rendezvous in Paris in 2011's The Muppets. And they can even transform these sets into fictional countries. That's what they did for Princess Diaries 2, The Royal Engagement, starring Anne Hathaway and Julie Andrews. We're currently driving through Genovia. They had that big parade up and down these cobblestone streets. Now, on our right-hand side, you're going to see this little courtyard area. This is the Court of Miracles. Think about all those classic black and white horror films I was telling you folks about. Anytime the villagers get together with their pitchforks and torches to go confront the monster, they usually meet in the Court of Miracles.
What's up, Tyler? Welcome in. Happy Friday.
Now, one of the reasons Universal is known for these type of movies is because back in the earlier years of Hollywood, each studio in town was kind of known for making a certain genre of film. MGM was known for their big musicals, Warner Brothers was known for their gangster films, and here at Universal, we embraced the horror movie. A friendly reminder, folks, we are about halfway through the tour, so if you do drop your phone or you just can't wait to use the restroom, pull the red emergency cord, remain seated, and I'll be back there to help you as soon as it is safe to do so. Now, we continue on with the horror movie tradition here at Universal. We work closely with Blumhouse Films. They brought us scary movies like Insidious, The Purge, Megan, and most recently, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, starring Josh Hutcherson and Matthew Lillard. But folks, we're in for a treat. We're going to be checking out one of our sound stages. They've been filming inside of here on and off this past week. But since they're wrapped up for the day, they're allowing us to check out what they've been working on. So another friendly reminder, just to remain seated and hold on, secure any loose belongings. You don't want to disrupt anything that these filmmakers have set up.
On the back lot where they filmed.
Now, a unique feature about the soundstage is that it's 2 stories tall. Just above us is a completely different set. It's meant to look like a street scene. That's just a tremor, folks. Welcome to Southern California. There's a lot. I think this is a tremor. I think this might be the big one. So what's the top? I mean, see the one in Southwest.
So Daniel, yeah, it's back. They finally reopened it. Pretty cool, but if you have new shoes, do not sit where I'm sitting at because you will get wet. That water, it's not clean water, it's recycled water that they collect from the rain.
But it's pretty cool to be in here. I know a lot of you who've taken the tour before, we usually just zoom on out of here, but you'll see that 3rd floor reset in these few moments. But this is also where they filmed an episode of the TV show Bones on Fox, starring David Boreanaz and Emily Deschanel. The episode is called Bones on the Blue Line. And they find, and a lot of the episode takes place right here. If you rewatch the episode and watch Emily Deschanel walking through the scene, she's walking kind of awkwardly. And that's because she's actually on the tram route. So she's actually walking where the tram's supposed to be, which is why she's kind of walking.
So little Richie, yeah, it's
like
back.
I said, folks, hang tight. We are on the phone with our dispatch, and we're going to see what's going on. Now, this is what we call a fixed set. That means it's always going to look the same. And the way we change it up is by changing a lot of the signage. So right now it's in San Francisco, but we can also change this into a subway station in New York or DC. And that's all depending on the signs that we use. So as you can see, it says boardwalk exit on our left. But a lot of that has to do with art direction. So depending on what kind of paint we use, how the lockers look, how the turnstiles look, we wanted to make it look more like the 80s and 90s. There's an entire department in filmmaking that's in charge of researching that stuff.
So Robertson,
so even though it's like used over and over and over again throughout the years, depending on art direction, meaning what time
looks like we're stuck.
Place, is it in the real world or fantasy world, that all contributes to what you see on screen.
That place was cool. Were they a tech store? Like Best Buy.
I think so. Just something happened.
In case you just realized what the overhead announcement was saying, we were going to drop. So I do apologize about that.
Damn. I think the track got stuck. It didn't go down, so they had to do it manually. And we felt crazy, but we good. I was trying to.
All right, folks, thanks again for your patience. We are waiting for our lot dispatchers to arrive to let us know if it is clear for us to exit the soundstage. There is an alarm going off in the front car. I know if your car is too beautiful, you can't hear it. But there is an alarm going off, so hang tight. I do apologize. But
Yeah, they're crazy.
I'm gonna watch good movies. I'm just kidding. So Universal actually can do all three parts of production. A lot of people don't realize that filmmaking can be broken up into three phases. We have pre-production, that's getting the locations together, casting the actors, bringing the story to life. And then we have actual production, that's the filming process itself. And then we have post-production, editing, visual effects, adding the music. And we can all do that right here within Universal. We have editing bays in our front lot. We have places to
Daniel fixed the ride.
Effects.
That's what Justin said.
Pre-production. I don't talk about casting because did you know some of your favorite actors got their big break on Universal projects?
Yeah, it looks like this lifts up, goes up, and I didn't want to go down no more. So the wheels were like hanging. They were not touching the floor. And now that they're touching the floor because they made us drop. Not a good feeling, by the way. They dropped us. This thing right here is to open up. Opens up sideways. And it's not opening, it's locked. So the tires can't move. That's weird. Bro, Justin, fix it. Get the tools ready. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's still open. They figure it out by today or one day. Come in early in the morning. They'll start like a head start. And it's good by the afternoon. Hopefully. Yeah. No point for fast passes. Unless they give us for tomorrow. I'll be dope. Fixie Felix Jr. I reckon.
A lot of these actors went on to win Academy Awards. We got the Academy Awards coming up in March.
You guys are crazy.
I expect 5. I expect a Brit Platinum.
I'm adventure. I'm great with people.
I'm glad.
I am friends.
Why that?
So Kobe, that'll be crazy, bro. It'll be nice, actually, to walk around in the back lot. Oh look, there they come. The technicians. I'll be crazy if we walk on that. They tell us to get out. But not mine. They're gonna have to do everything manually.
All right, folks, we're going to do a hard reset on our vehicles. We're not going to have any sound, video, or lights, so hang tight for just a moment.
They did a hard reset on the vehicle.
You'll be doing anything on GTA positive or possible. Shooting Titan. Someone said Marty. So that's how the Titanic song.
That means that the tram is gonna go up all over again, right? I'm gonna start bringing my power band. Oh, there's a technician. You guys missed it. There he is. Look. Has to be another technician there. I can't hear what he's saying. Thank you. That would be crazy. They're gonna have technician try to fix it manually. I always say like situations like this, they should give us like free popcorn some sodas, waters, and popcorn. Because we're waiting. So, Pibarra, happy Friday.
Getting a free diamond pass right now.
Thank you, Pibarra. Park closes at 7, so about to be 6.
No, Santiago closes. I have to pick up Infinity at that time. Wait a bit. We're gonna come back here again anyway.
Robertson, it was open today. I didn't know that. I checked the app, and the last Waterworld was at 4. I feel like we're gonna be staying in here, Kobe, until they fix it. Unless they cannot fix it for whatever reason, they'll bring another tram and then pretty much continue with the tour, or they might just take us back to the park. That is dangerous. I hope everything is off. He's checking in between the wheels. There has to be a lever. There's no way he's checking like that. That's not safe. Yeah, earthquake is broken. Won't be crazy right now if a real earthquake hits here. They're gonna walk us out of here. Yeah, the tram got stuck in here. They're not able to open it up.
I expect mental compensation for this. I have this trauma.
No, they're gonna call another tram. They might continue with the tour, or they might take us to the park. Depending.
What happens? They give you a little fucking fast pass for one ride. I expected more than a fast pass for one ride. But they were
Something went wrong. Not sure what exactly, but I'm pretty sure the whole thing was working fine with no issues. I guess something happened with this one. Could have been electrical, because you gotta remember the drivers control the button, so it either glitched the system, froze the system, something happened, and they were trying to do a reset, and that reset was not working. So that means that they're gonna have to yank it out of here. Once again, these things on the bottom, they open up on the side for the wheel to roll forward, and what that does is like a lock. Yep, exactly. That is correct, Justin. So, pretty sure it was working the whole day.
No way that was intended.
We're just waiting for the next tram to pick us up.
Guys, it's a part of the tour. This tour, show. Yeah, it's a part of the show.
Yeah, same. That was close.
But there's only one seat. You can stay here. No. Okay, you stay here by yourself. Okay. You're not there.
The next tram is here for us. My God, I thought he had ropes.
Alright folks, we're going to be doing a tram transfer. We're going to start with car 4 because they are closest to the transfer tram, and then we'll go backwards, car 3, car 2, and then car 1. Thanks again so much for your patience. But like I said, please do be careful. This is a set, so once we do open up the tram gate, to watch your arms, watch your legs, watch your step, and we'll take you to the new tram. Make sure you stay in your seats. Don't try to do a little do-si-do. Make sure you stay in the seats that you were in for this tram as well.
5:40. We've been on this for 20 minutes. We got stuck, right? There was an issue with the tram 20 minutes ago. Wow. We were stuck here for 20 minutes. Actually, more like an hour. They dropped our tram down, and I got a knee injury. I want to sue. There's probably something with it, and a guy.
Friday the 13th, bad luck. I agree. It is super rare. This never happens. It's like super rare. 1 out of 1 for this to happen, especially inside here. Yep, same.
Once again, folks, we have begun the tram transfer. Mind the gap. There is a gap between our vehicle and the animation, so watch your step when you exit the vehicle. And once again, once you get into the transfer tram, please remain in your groups, remain in your rows.
Don't do that.
Why all of the cars went out?
No, the car went out.
There's people went out.
Most likely.
Is that tricky me? No. What? No, look, you said yes. You're no earthquake.
What are you saying?
That'd be crazy if it does. They were talking about like TikTok, people sharing it.
Once again, watch your step, mind the gap. Make sure you're staying in the same row in your new transfer tram.
We'll figure that out. All right, same seat, same row.
What'd you say? What are you getting? I mean, I tend to now. Let me call Jawad. Yeah.
They're gonna pull out now. Where are we gonna go?
Yeah, what do you want for food? Because we kind of got stuck on one of the rides. Universal.
Impossible.
Okay.
For real. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it.
What's that? No. There's a warm on it. Yep, right here.
Huge fountain. Yeah, huge fountain. How much? Oh. Buy one.
So Marcus, thank you for the gift. Appreciate it. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. And thank you for tuning in. Appreciate the likes and the shares.
Say hi. Do that.
Go to checkout. Oh, great, actually. Reasonably priced for one, because I got the stupid Uber one. I already had Uber. They offered it to me for free. I'm like, okay.
So Shepherd, happy Friday.
Give $2 to the store, they get $100.
The last car that we were in got stuck inside an earthquake.
Yes, do it. So mean, man. How's it mean? $3. Oh my god. You're not real like me.
I went to answer the phone, I was on a second, I came back in, he let himself out of the playpen, he put on Scarface, and he glued his hands to the rum bottle.
The longest tour in history.
Hey, Mark Wahlberg. Shut up. Mark Wahlberg?
They also have
Who else looks like Mark Wahlberg? Your girl? Mark Wahlberg's like 150 pounds. I'm 250 lean.
It's not as
I look like
interactive as
Mark
walking.
Wahlberg. Eight.
Turn to the legs, guys. Dude's coming down.
Are we still getting better beer? You're open, yes. That will come back tomorrow. No, it's closed tomorrow.
Got a little bit of kick to it.
No, they're available tomorrow, but I can't. In the morning, yeah. So you're meeting at what time? 6 p.m.? Probably like 5. I told Meadow I want the flowers ready by 5. I was supposed to go there today to get the flowers, but you know, I couldn't. You're open at 10 tomorrow, so... yeah, I just have to drop my dad off at work tomorrow. Then he has to go to
All right, welcome back, everybody. Thanks so much for your patience, your flexibility. But that was kind of cool, huh? I've worked here since summer of 2017. I've never gotten to walk through EQ like that. Hope to never again.
Great team.
I don't know why everybody trying to lose weight in the first place. Talking about losing weight, get healthy, get in shape. Everybody looking all anorexic, talking about that's healthy. I know what healthy is.
Do it again. We're just pushing it through. They have to be really good at maneuvering this cam to reverse it. All of this gotcha. Close to George.
All right, let's go. I knew it. See if you can guess what I am now. I'm a zit. Get it?
Thanks, TJ. Thanks, Nick. And how incredible was that, folks? You actually got to stand on the lot amongst stars and celebrities. This area in particular was all for those Universal monster movies, so you were standing in the same area as Boris Karloff. Pretty cool. As I mentioned, Universal is known for these horror movies. Take a look.
Now they gotta figure out how to take out the tram
Going
from
on the
inside.
side of the tram, still stuck in
Thank
the
you.
queue.
We're gonna do Jaws next.
As I mentioned, Universal has been thrilling and chilling audiences around the globe for over 100 years. But back in the 1970s, we released a monster movie, or rather creature feature, that really changed the game in cinema. Of course, I'm talking about the movie Jaws, directed by Steven Spielberg. That just celebrated its 50th anniversary last year, came out in 1975. We're going to be revisiting that quaint New England town of Amity, folks, but not to worry. I've been told personally by the mayor they caught the man-eating shark that's been terrorizing the town. There it is on our right-hand side. And it looks like George is out there. That's his boat. George is our new studio tour intern. It's his first week on the job, so let's try to keep an eye out for our intern, George. Oh no, there's another shark in the water. Not to worry, everybody. I'm pretty sure George is on his lunch break, so he's nice and safe. Nope, there he is. George, get out of the water, please. Hey, can you hear me? Start swimming towards your boat. You're in danger, buddy. George? Good news, everybody. There's now a last-minute opening in the studio tour internship program if anyone wants to apply after the tour. All right, we're going to move our tram to a safer location behind these barrels. Oh no, the shark is grabbing that end of the pier. Do you see it? That part of our pier is connected to a gas line. I'm just worried about a fire or something like that. Holy smokes.
Yeah, I want the water.
This might actually work out in our favor. I read somewhere that sharks are terrified of fire. Guess that's not true. We're gonna need a bigger tram. Does anybody know what kind of shark that is?
Mechanical.
It is? That's really close. But it's actually plastic. That is a plastic
Mechanical.
shark. Now the difference between the shark you just saw, the one that Spielberg used on the set of his movie, is that our shark actually works pretty well. It's unfortunately sank straight to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean on the first day of filming. It's not a great way to start. In fact, so many things were going wrong on the set of the movie, the cast and the crew started calling the production flaws instead of Jaws. Now you just got up close and personal with Bruce the Mechanical Shark. Spielberg nicknamed his Mechanical Shark Bruce after his lawyer. And if you saw Disney Pixar's Finding Nemo, they named their shark Bruce after the mechanical one that Spielberg used on set.
Happy Friday. Welcome.
Those Jaws films are pretty nice. It was always sunny and gorgeous on the beach, but let's say you need a little bit of rain for your production. Well, we're going to head into Old Mexico. I got a couple of friends. They're sitting up in our tech booth. They're going to give us a weather demonstration today. So focus your attention on the left-hand side of the vehicle, because that's where all the action is going to be taking place. And tech team, once we're in position, you can get started with the effects, please. Alright, let's crank up the water effects to as high as they can go. All the way up, please. Cue the water. So what you're seeing happen here, folks, is what we call a practical weather effect. The rain is created by these high-tech, state-of-the-art devices, and you've heard them before. They're called sprinklers. We place them on the tops of flagpoles throughout this area, allows the water to fall naturally to the ground. Everything there. The thunder and the wind all around us. We'll probably be recording our sound effects, which is playing off the speakers that we put in the buildings. And the lightning is to flash occasionally, such as a strobe light that we installed on the tops of those. Alright, this looks fantastic. Can we turn off the water, please? Can you copy? Can we turn off the water? We want to cause a flash flood. We're too late, everybody. Get tight. Whoa! You don't see that every day.
Lots of great movies were filmed here. Nacho Libre, Big Fat Liar, a couple music videos, Beyonce, Lady Gaga.
It's called Big Fat Liar.
Pretty cool. Yeah, it better looks pretty cool at night. Even the Jaws at night looks cool.
Now, in just a few moments, we're going to get another opportunity to see our Jaws attraction. But as we pass it, I'm going to have director Steven Spielberg tell us a little bit more about it.
The Jaws ride was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened in June of 1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of a ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a creative circle of tremendous designers at Universal that were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way.
Lots of great movies were filmed in the backlot. They filmed Bird Box here in this area.
Now we are currently entering the residential part of our backlot, and on our right-hand side, even though it's dark out, this is our chicken ranch. It was built for a film called The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, starring Dolly Parton and Burt Reynolds. LMFAO even party rocked the night away with their music video Sorry for Party Rocking, and Rob Zombie transformed that chicken ranch into a house of 1,000 corpses. Now Steven Spielberg, who I mentioned just a moment ago, he has the longest street on our backlot. We like to name all the streets on our lot after prolific people here. And Steven Spielberg actually has a very special history with Universal, but I'm going to have him tell us a little bit more about it.
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days, there weren't trams, there were buses called the Gray Line Tour Bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. This was my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom, and when everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I'm sure the bus left, and then I had the entire lot to myself that day. And in those days, movie lots were so crowded because all movies were made on film lots. Today they're made all over the world, on locations, but most of it was focused in those days, in the 60s, on the film lots. So nobody noticed me when I was going around from soundstage to soundstage, and I really felt, in my own young way, I owned the lot and had the most amazing day of my life.
So if you're wondering why we don't give out bathroom breaks during the studio tour anymore, you can always blame Mr. Steven Spielberg for sneaking onto the lot like that. Now, when he was young, taking tours on the lot, we had Gray Line bus tours, but after those Gray Line buses, we had glamour trams, and you'll see one of those on our left-hand side. This
Not
is
another one
back
because
in 1964 when we first started giving out tours of our studio. Well, folks, we're going to take you through our picture car collection. A picture car is any vehicle that you see on screen. It could be a taxi cab, a motorcycle, maybe even a time machine, but here are some of our favorites.
Ferrari. Wooden cars.
Getting a little tired. I could use a little break. Good thing there's a motel just around the corner. Welcome to the Bates Motel, everybody. It's a family-owned business run by Norman Bates and his mother. They live really close to the property, just up on the hill in that brown house. In fact, oh, I think I see Mother sitting in the second-story window. You know, I read the reviews of this motel. They're a little mixed. They said management's kind of creepy, but the showers are to die for. As we make our way up the Psycho path, you're going to get a killer view of the house coming up on our left-hand side. The Bates Motel and the Psycho House are from Alfred Hitchcock's classic 1960 thriller Psycho, and they're two of the most iconic sets still standing in all of Hollywood. But from two of the most iconic sets to one of the most elaborate sets ever constructed. Welcome to the spectacular crash site from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds, starring Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning. The plane on our left is completely real. That is a
I don't
real
think
set.
we're stopping.
Production about $60,000, not too bad for an entire airplane. But then they got charged about $250,000
Never mind, we
to
stop.
get it here on flatbed trucks. So that's where they really get you, folks. Shipping and handling fees. Airplane crash sites is totally
What if the 747 because it's just something we don't see.
You're doing good. I think this is any other movie. Where's your last close? Let me get in. Get in.
A friendly reminder, folks, we are about 5-10 minutes from the end of the studio tour. So if you do drop your phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, pull the red emergency cord, remain seated, and I'll be back there to help you as soon as it is safe to do so. Steven Spielberg isn't the only filmmaker that graciously donated their sets to us after production was over. Another is Jordan Peele. And in just a few moments, we're going to be checking out the theatrical sets from his newest movie, Nope, starring Daniel Kaluuya, Keke Palmer, and Steven Yeun. Here to introduce Jupiter's Claim is the Academy Award-winning filmmaker himself, Jordan Peele.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Juke Park. Over there, look into the winking well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Sheriff. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Well, a little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable show. It's not looking so live. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, old Crush Frontier town lies a sense of secret.
actual sets from the movie. They filmed out in the Santa Clarita Valley, but when it was done, brought the sets over to our lot for us to enjoy here at the studio tour. Now, folks, we're going to be taking you back into the theme park in just a few moments. But before we do, there's one more thing I want to point out. In the far distance on the right-hand side, you're going to see a big wall. It's blue and it's huge. I know it's dark out, but once you see the night sky be blocked out, that's that big blue wall. That big blue wall has a concrete reservoir in front of it. Filmmakers can fill up the reservoir with water, and they'll film open ocean scenes out there, which is exactly what Clint Eastwood did for this scene in Sully, starring Tom Hanks.
Evacuate.
So everything that you're seeing up on your screens is filmed just on the right-hand side. As you can see, filmmakers filled up the reservoir with water. You're looking at hundreds of millions of gallons of water. Now, the airplane set piece is real. The actors coming out of it are real. The only thing that's not real is the skyline you're seeing in the background. That's actually just that wall on the right-hand side. Filmmakers use CGI and visual effects to create that in post-production. So even though this scene looks like it was filmed in the middle of the Hudson River, it's actually filmed just here on the Universal backlot. Now, that big wall on the right-hand side, it used to be painted like the blue sky. That was featured at the end of the Truman Show. If anyone remembers when Jim Carrey reaches the end of the soundstage on his boat, he waves goodbye to the camera. Well, that was the end of the soundstage for the Truman Show. But our Falls Lake is a great example of what we do here at Universal. We could take something ordinary, like a concrete pit and a giant wall, and turn it into something extraordinary by adding a little bit of movie magic. You know, our founder, Carl Lumley, when he first opened up Universal back in 1915, he had this really beautiful saying. He said he just wants to make audiences around the globe laugh, cry, and sit on the edge of their seats. And here we are at Universal. We're still doing that 110 years later. Now, once again, my name is Sarah. I was your tour guide for the evening. Our driver was Chris. Let's give Chris a big round of applause for driving us around today. The big deal behind the wheel. Insider tip, make sure to download the Universal Studios Hollywood app to your smartphone for up-to-the-minute show times, wait times for rides like the Secret Life of Pets Off the Leash, and to confirm that the park closes tonight at 7 p.m. Dining and shopping up at City Walk will be open until 9 p.m. tonight. And if you have a daytime ticket or want to upgrade to an annual pass, you can visit us all year long. You can go to the Universal box office located in our upper lot, or
don't want to say that the movie Nope does have a meaning. Not of
and plan
planet
to come
Earth.
back in April and May for Universal Fan Fest. Step into the iconic world of Scooby-Doo and the Universal Monsters, One Piece, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and much more at Universal Fan Fest nights, where sci-fi, fantasy, anime, and gaming collide in one epic after-hours event. You can get tickets and more information at universalstudioshollywood.com. But folks, we are taking you back into the unload area. Friendly reminder to remain seated until the tram comes to a full and complete stop. Gather up all your personal belongings. Watch those arms, legs, and feet as those tram gates on our left will be opening momentarily. Make sure to toss those 3D glasses in the bins that you'll see in our unloading area. Thanks again for joining us here at the studio tour, folks. As they say in Hollywood, that's a wrap.
Oh, we made it.
All right, folks, our STAs have recovery passes for you because we were stuck in EQ for a while. So hang tight. They're going to come around and ask how many people are in your party. Let them know, and they'll give you some recovery passes. So hang tight.
Hi, guys. Each pass is good for up to 6 people. I just need to know how many in the group, okay? How many in your group? 4. How many over there? 2. Pass it down. Just skip one of the rights right there from the right. How many?
Nah.
We can.
So valid for up to 6 guests.
Does it have an expiration? No, we'll ask. If it doesn't have an expiration, we're taking it. We'll come back with everybody.
All right, folks, watch your step as you exit the vehicle. Watch your step. If you forget to watch your step, watch your language. There's children everywhere.
I don't need it. Super rare when I'm here in the mornings. All right. I wanted to record the Hollywood Dine. It's open. They have new foods. We're gonna walk it over there. We're pretty much done too. I know, right? First time.
I used to work on the theme park, and here and there, last time I remember, they used to do a hot chocolate with people when it was on a rainy day.
Oh my God.
That's why I keep coming back, because I'm, and then on top of that, I have some friends working here, so, here and there,
Yeah, true.
even though they miss me, I still come back.
There you go. You're here forever now. Yeah. Have a good one. Thank you. Thank you likewise. All right, we're gonna double time over there to the Hollywood Dine because I do want to get a video of that since it is open and they do have new food. What's up, Pa? Happy Friday. Everybody's running. I asked two people in the Hogwarts area, what is Harry Potter's son's name? They said Harry Potter doesn't have a son. He's a kid. If you guys watch Harry Potter, are a big fan and seen all the movies, he does have a son at the end, named after two headmasters, which is pretty cool, right? Do you guys know the name of his son? Or no? And he has a daughter. They just don't mention it in the movie. In the book, they mention the daughter's name. Also, Voldemort has a kid too. If you guys know, let me know. But if you guys don't know, I'll tell you the answer. If you guys go answer it by tomorrow, that's a W.
You're the Valentine? Oh, she came with the Valentine. Okay. That's a good one. Yeah, let's take a picture.
Nothing new as far as merch and accessories. Has a dope jacket. Yeah, nothing new. No new merch, new accessories, none of that.
But it's good to have a good once in your life. I did it once. Me and your mom did it once. Oh, baby. Yeah. You know, on a date.
Frankenstein. Frankenstein out of it.
But we're pretty much done for the day, guys. I gotta get this video going for the Hollywood. I said Hollywood Dine, but it's Hollywood and Dine. Oh, same thing, just without the and. I'll show you guys real quick, but I am gonna post a video. Show you guys the meals that they have. It did open up again. Water World did open up again today as well. Show you guys the foods. Don't gotta get a video of it. So they got California classic cheeseburger, chicken avocado sandwich, buffalo chicken tenders, corn dog basket, Greek chicken wrap, truffle pieta plate, classic strawberry funnel cake, and specialty drinks. Huh? Seen that? All right, same thing. Same thing on both sides. Same thing. Same thing. So they opened it up. Got you guys with the new food that they opened up again. Do want to try the chicken avocado sandwich? Does look good. But all right then, guys. I'll see you guys. What's up, Faith? Happy Friday. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of the night with your friends and family. I know it was a short stream. We did get stuck on the tour. Kind of held us back. We'll be back again tomorrow. I'll see you guys. That being said, have a good night. Peace. Thank you guys for all the love and the support. Shout out to the people that donated. Appreciate it. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the afternoon when I come out of work. Peace.